Hello, happy holidays, Opinion Gang. Welcome to another episode of Bill Has Opinions. I'm Laura Lavoie, and this is Bill Perkins.
Hi there.
And you have opinions.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here.
Yeah, brought a whole sack of them.
just down the chimney. I don't have a chimney.
Yeah, I know. I came in through the door
Yeah.
with them. They wouldn't fit.
All the opinions.
All these opinions wouldn't fit down the chimney. They're what passes for a chimney at her house. The fan for the oven hood or whatever.
We don't even have that. We don't even have that.
It just blows into the back of the cabinet.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. The oven has nothing. There's literally nothing. If we want to vent the oven, it's open the window. It's
Put
just
a box fan in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. We do have a ceiling fan in the kitchen for that purpose.
I got you. Just go swirl it around a little.
Yeah,
get out of here.
Swirl it around, and we have a whole house. We've got a anyway. That's the. I like that we're just diving right into that.
Yeah, there you go.
But no, we have a chimney for our old furnace, but we don't have a oil furnace anymore or a gas furnace.
Okay.
So it's just completely unused.
Free for Santa Claus to use.
Well, it is, but it's like this big.
He's magic.
That's true. Also true. I've seen all the movies. I've seen all the movies, right? Isn't it?
He couldn't go down a standard chimney. Let's be honest.
That's fair. Isn't it the Tim Allen movies, the Santa Claus, where like the fireplace gets really big when he comes down? Like
magically? I've never seen any of those movies.
I mean, you're not missing much.
I didn't figure I was. I didn't really love the comedy stylings of Tim Allen, so I had no desire to see them.
That's fair.
That's
fair. Well, he went to my university.
I'm aware.
So I did watch whatever the fuck his TV show was.
Yeah, no, I used to watch that back in the day. But,
yeah, no, I don't. I'm not a huge fan.
But I grew tired of it, and then it was like once he became a movie. I think I saw Christmas with the Cranks, which he's also in.
Oh, is he? I don't even know.
God,
that.
yeah, him and Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh my God! Speaking of, we decided to watch The Bear the other night. We finally decided we'll watch season 2 of The Bear. And we started watching it, and we got to the fucking Christmas
episode.
Oh my God! First off, what did they spend on that? Jesus Christ, the casting on the thing blew my mind.
Absolutely.
But holy shit, man! Oh, I wanted that episode to end so fast.
Right, but you also couldn't turn it off.
No, you could, but I was so anxious.
It is anxious. No, when we watched it, I think that episode is a masterpiece. It's not one of the I like to watch Christmas episodes of things year after year. That's not one of them.
You're not gonna rewatch. That's like God, what was the fucking Tom Hanks World War II movie. Mm-hmm. Did you see once and you're like, all right, I don't need to see that.
I'm good. Absolutely. But it's fun, because we watched that episode and it was so anxious. And I think one of the weirdest parts was that it's such a Italian-American family that Matt was more traumatized. He's like, holy shit, this is my family. Literally, this was every Christmas of me growing up. And I know for a fact, we've been together 30 years. I know that's not exaggeration.
Right.
So
no. Yeah, no. It'll make you appreciate, I guess, if the way your family is dysfunctional is just a bunch of passive aggressive shit.
Yeah, because
at least nobody got in a fight at the table.
Exactly.
Whatever.
It's such a masterpiece and it's so beautifully done. But yeah, it makes you so anxious. Oh my God, yeah. So anxious. But it also answers, if you're a fan of The Bear, it answers a lot of questions.
Oh, yeah, it clarified several things.
Exactly.
You were like, oh, okay. Well, that explains a lot.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Exactly. But, do we want to dive into Christmas or do we want to dive into headlines?
Whatever you want to start with.
All right, let's get headlines out of the way. All right. The one thing that you mentioned today was the mass migration.
The exodus, as they're calling it.
Exodus, yes. Folks leaving the artist formerly known as Twitter.
Yes.
I still hate to call it X. It just pisses me off that you have to call it that.
It's dumb.
Right, it's dumb for a lot of reasons. Twitter, for a branding perspective and what I do is marketing. From a branding perspective, Twitter was perfect because it was Twitter and then you have tweets and it became part of the lexicon.
Right.
But X is just dumb.
it doesn't mean anything, or is it the unknown, which is what, like, so when Malcolm X changed his name from Malcolm Little to Malcolm X, the X was for the unknown because black people in America have no idea what their last name is because that was stolen from them.
Right.
That was the idea.
And they were given,
which is why members of the Nation of Islam changed their last name to X.
Right.
That makes sense in that regard, right? So,
but that is definitely not Elon Musk's.
No, exactly. That's the thing. And so to me, it either harkens to so if I'm a branding person and I think about it, I either think Malcolm X or I think this is the 10th version.
Exactly.
Like this is a Lincoln Continental Mark X. Right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So I haven't seen the first 9. I don't know what's
exactly.
But no, it's dumb from a branding perspective, like you said. And Twitter made sense because it was Twitter and you tweeted.
Right.
And
that literally became just what you said. Like, if you said, I tweeted blah, blah, blah the other day, everyone knew what you meant.
Yeah, you tweeted. But what do you do on X?
I don't fucking know.
You jibber jabber, I guess, because
I don't know.
You blather. You blather on X because that's what it is now. It's just a bunch of. That's what I'm saying. It's a bunch of tools. Everybody who's still on X is a bunch of tools.
Yeah, I barely used Twitter before, to be fair.
I have been off of it since before Elon took over. Yeah. I got off of it because they censored Rose McGowan for speaking her truth about
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. Prior to everybody else finally coming around to this happened. They wouldn't let her say it. They kicked her off. They banned her from it.
Right.
And I was like, well, this is horse shit. And I was off that day. I already didn't give a shit. It wasn't my thing. It was like it's not the way I want to be fed my social media.
Sure.
Truly, nobody's feeding my social media the way. Well, Reddit's the closest right now. I like Reddit more because Reddit is sort of choose your right. Like you get to participate. You get to actively say, I want to read what's being said in this subreddit today. It doesn't force feed me a bunch of stuff, right?
Right.
Which is what all the other social medias do is like, hey, check this out. I'm like,
right.
It's all tedious. So the reason I wanted to talk about this was 2 things. One, yes, X is sucky. I don't blame you for being off of it. I've been off of Twitter forever before it was X. And I have no intentions to go to Blue Sky because it isn't the way I like to get my social media.
It is very much like old school Twitter.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
I didn't like that either.
No, I agree. I didn't either. I did join Blue Sky because I was curious. Like, so for example, the reason I was on Twitter is it was the number one way as a writer to get the attention of like publishers and stuff.
Sure.
So that's the reason I was on it to begin with.
Yeah. Well, and I get, it's kind of like, it's probably more important to you because it's like you're in a role where this is important, like social media. And I mean, it's not important to me. It is, clearly. We do this thing and
right.
we rely on social media for it.
Right.
But
so our viewer can watch us every week.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we get out there to that one viewer.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know about what do I need to tweet or what are they call it on Blue Sky? What are you doing on Blue Sky? Are you
I don't know the
skying,
skying.
Clouding or something.
I don't think that's been determined yet.
Okay.
And to be fair, it's very much exactly like old school Twitter. What it doesn't have is an algorithm. So unlike Facebook, it's not feeding you stuff.
Yeah.
So you have to choose more like Reddit. You have to choose what it is that you want.
I like that part, but again, the little short bursts of like basically here's the whole point of Twitter, as I understand it back in the day, was basically sound bites. Like whatever you had to say, you could say it in this amount of time. And it reminds me of, it's basically like bumper stickers kind of, right? Like it's like, which I used to love this bumper sticker that a guy used to follow who's got a web comic called Wondermark, which he takes old like 1800s etchings and he makes like a comic out of them.
Awesome.
So there's an old timey like juxtaposition of old timey with like crazy shit going on. Anyways, he had a bumper sticker on his web store that said something like, "My views are too complex to be whittled down to a simple soundbite that could be used on a bumper sticker," or something like that. He had a bumper sticker that said that.
Right. Exactly.
And I thought it was hilarious. So yeah, that's my problem with that. Is just I have my it's like how I feel about like surveys when they come in and they're asking you this question. I'm like, well, my answer is really not a yes or no. It's a lot more complex.
Right.
I have some things to say about this, and
there's a lot more nuance.
Yes, and you don't want to but you're not looking for nuance. You want a yes or no.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway,
Well,
it's not my thing. Is what I was. But I will say, if someone wants to come up with an alternative version of Facebook, I will gladly jump ship in a heartbeat, because that's gotten on my last nerve in the last 6 months or so. And I contemplate like, I could just fucking get off of it, but I do keep up with people there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it has its purpose, but it also angers me, and the algorithm is ridiculous, and it's constantly feeding me shit I don't care about, and also advertisements for shit that I also don't care.
Sure.
The advertisements are one of the things I don't care about, and then other things, sometimes it actually takes a friend and it decides to elevate their frequency, and all I see is that person over and over again.
Right.
And it's usually the person with the most, like, whoever's like the most like having a hissy fit right now about something. And I'll end up having to hide them, like, because I'm like, I can't with you right now. Shut up, just shut up, please, Jesus Christ, just calm down. It's like what I talked about last week. It's the white men in my life who are like, the fucking sky is falling, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's not for you. Shut up.
Exactly. But yeah, we were talking about that same thing with a friend last week. That was like, they were trying to get into a group, and the group had like so many like questions.
Oh God.
And they're like, why do I need to answer those? I'm like, because if it's not private, then it's just literally spam fest.
Oh God. And that's happening like on all the fucking like yard sale forums and stuff. It's constantly just all this blather, these bots coming in.
Yeah.
And there are all these accounts like from like the Middle East or something like that. You can, if you read their, like they don't even have a fucking like, local name, and they'll come in and they'll be like, hey, check this out. The weather's going to be shitty this weekend. Check down below for this link. And then there's a link down there. And if you click it, it's going to infect your computer with some shit.
A serious virus.
Yeah. Which I don't click any of them, but I'm constantly reporting these things.
I do.
Like, goddamn, you're just junking out. Like, I just want to know. I just want to know if there's a bookshelf for sale.
Well, right. And that's like, I belong to one community group that's, they made it like public, fully public. So especially over this past weekend where it's the holiday weekend and there haven't been a lot of admins on the page, right? So it was constant. And I was specifically, every single spam post that was made, I was reporting it to admin. And the reason I did it is because you're the motherfuckers that decided to make this public.
Right.
I want your life to be miserable.
Right. I want to make you sorry that you made this easy. Like, that's the thing. So I don't have a problem with the ones where it asks me like 90 questions before I join the group. Although, you know what I do hate? So Facebook does this, they'll push groups on you. Like groups will show up in your feed that you aren't part of, right?
And be like, oh, look at this cool thing.
And sometimes you'll see it and you'll go respond to it, and then it's like, oh, you want to join the group? And I'm like, no, I don't do that. I didn't realize it was a group I wasn't in. Just fuck it, go.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care. It's not that important to me. I was gonna respond to that meme, but now I'm not.
Exactly. No, 100%, 100%.
It's like accidentally sign up for a sweepstakes, and you find out it's just to get marketing calls from the vacation company. Exactly. All right. So social media, I mean, I think the what's the word I'm looking for? Just the encapsulation of it is social media is plumb fucked. Yeah. It's
there's just nothing we can do about it. So here we are.
It's kind of a necessary evil that we just gonna have to like.
Well, yeah. And to that point, so the friend that was bitching about that he had to answer a bunch of questions. And I agree with him. He's like, but I think, Facebook is broken.
Mhm.
Facebook is bad, but I don't want to redo all the work that it took for me to build this. Like, I'm connected with my mother, my sister, like, and people from all over the country, and
Yeah.
close friends and distant friends. And it's the only way I'm connected to any of them.
Mhm.
And if
Mhm.
it goes away, or if we bounce to something else, you have to start over.
Yeah, I remember when we did all this, like when we bounced from MySpace over to Facebook. And I remember the first week or two, I was like, I'm not interested in that, because I was having a fine time over on MySpace, to be honest. But then all my friends quit being on MySpace, and that's why I'm like, fuck, okay, fine, I'll go over here.
Right. I was on LiveJournal, and
Yeah.
then everything switched. And at that point, after a little while, I was like, nah, people can find me. Like, that's
Yeah, let them, if they care, they can come
they
over
can
here.
find me, because I'm done.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do a quick station break
Sure.
before we move into some other things. So it's the holiday season.
Oh, yeah.
So why don't you buy some we always talk about buy local.
Yeah, we do.
We are not necessarily local to you unless you are local to us.
I mean, we're local to you if you watch this program. It's local to your interests.
I guess, yes. But we have a large array of merchandise available online. You can
I understand we made a sale this week.
we made one sale after last week's show. Yes.
How about that?
One. We
How about
made
that?
$1.
We appreciate we appreciate your patronage.
Thanks. And yes, and you can buy a variety of things. We have old school logo, new school logo, and our entire line of Stay Shitty merchandise.
Yeah.
You can buy framed prints. You can buy
How quickly
t-shirts.
do you think
can
these
buy-
things ship out?
Pretty quick.
Okay.
Pretty quick.
I need to get something for a white elephant thing, probably.
Don't wait. Do it right
Do it-
away.
Yeah, I should go ahead and jump on it. Yeah.
Go ahead and jump on it. I don't know when your
You
party
sent me
is,
the link
but
today
I did.
for us personally.
Yes.
To not pay the increase.
Yeah. I like when I got the code to send you, it was like, by the way, you will receive no additional money for this. And I'm like, I know.
I understand how that. I know how commerce works.
I know.
Thank you.
Yes, I know. I know what it means that you pay cost. I know what that means. But anyway, I'm leaving this QR code up on the screen so you can use your little phone and you can click on it and you can buy our merchandise. They make great gifts
They sure do.
of some sort.
Boy, oh boy.
I guess.
I mean, who wouldn't love to open this on Christmas morning?
Yeah. I mean, I know I would. So yes. All right, everybody, go buy some shit. That's what we're saying. We've got a comment over here. Oh yeah. So
It
Jay,
was
were
J-
you the one that bought the yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought it would be Jay. And it took a week. All right, a week. So if you need to buy something, buy it now.
Very well.
Buy it ASAP.
I will do that.
And if anybody else needs Christmas presents or holiday presents,
Great for the whole
somebody's fine.
family, especially the family you don't want to talk to anymore.
That's
You know,
true.
like if you're like the Rosados, you don't want to.
Ah,
You just want to make enemies or whatever.
exactly.
Don't. Check out. Just do that. Just buy this shit. Hand them a shitty mug or something.
Yeah, exactly. A Stay Shitty mug.
And stay
Whichever version of Stay Shitty you want them to
Stay
be.
shitty, my family member.
Oh, that's the next one. Oh my God, a Christmas one? Stay Shitty, my family member. I don't know what the being will be, but I'll have a little Santa hat. Oh Lord. All right. Well, that's coming soon. Coming soon.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so let's get to this segment.
Okay.
All right, so what did you? Oh, you got a Stay Shitty. Oh, that's nice. A Stay Shitty mini coffee mug.
That's the best one, really.
Yeah,
I mean, who doesn't love a squid wearing a captain?
That one amused me a lot when I was making it. So all right, so last week our episode was before the holiday,
Sure.
and we didn't really get to like a welcome situation. So how was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. Yeah, we had pretty good, aside from a bunch of, doing things, running around, hectic, that's the bad side of the holidays, right? Is the having to do things, the the preparing of foods and trying to be somewhere at a time and all that shit, you know, and driving somewhere. But outside of that part, it was okay. It was good. It was good times. Like when you actually sat down to eat and hang out with family, it was good.
Good.
It was not a Berzado's Seven Fishes situation. It was, you know, nobody fussed or fought or any of that shit. We had a good time. So that was all good.
That's good.
Yeah, and I you know, I went back for seconds on stuffing like I always do. That's my favorite thing to get. What do you have a thing that you like? This is what I'm getting seconds of.
I've been really liking stuffing lately. This year we had a completely non-traditional Thanksgiving, so I can't give you a correlation to this year. But often I will go back and get more stuffing.
Yeah.
Or potatoes.
The thing with stuffing is because you don't get stuffing other times. Like,
yeah,
this is the only day you're going to get it. Right?
Exactly.
Like, so that's why it's like, that's my jam. I go back and I get more stuffing, another slice of turkey, gravy, and another slice of the canned jelly.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Oh God. Because I like to have all those things in one bite.
Yeah.
This is one of the two meals on earth that I like to mix up my food. I usually don't like my food to touch, but Thanksgiving is one of the foods we're allowed to touch things. You know, it's my exception to that rule. The other one is barbecue. I like certain things on the barbecue plate to touch. That's fine with me. Slaw and barbecue can touch. You know.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, but then I made the mistake because we didn't eat until like 3.
We make it sound we didn't eat until I did have a Thanksgiving once where I didn't eat until like midnight.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
It was not I would on purpose.
Yeah, so we didn't eat till 3, and then like so then the dessert was trotted out, and then I had dessert, and it hadn't been enough time. You know, like so I had a piece of pecan pie, and then I was like, immediately regretted it. Like as soon as I got it down, I was like, oh God, I should not have had that pecan pie just yet. Like, I should have just took it home with me and had it later.
Right.
You know, because I'd already had the second helping, as I said, you know, and then it had been like maybe 20 minutes.
Right. You're like, I'm so full, but I love pecan pie. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I mean,
you know, but so what I'm saying is if this ever happens, if you ever get to eat at noon, which seldom happens anymore. But I remember it happening when I was a child. Sometimes you would actually eat around noon.
I have never eaten Thanksgiving at noon, but it's because the Detroit Lions game is on at 12:30.
Okay, fair enough.
Never ever. We always had lunch. We had like shrimp cocktail and
okay. You had appetizers.
Breads.
I got you. Something to tide you over. Yeah. Okay.
But in time for the game, and then we would have dinner after the game.
Right. Okay. Well, so we did have, to be fair, we had charcuterie before 3, but then you know around 3-ish, food was served, and then about 3:30 or so, I decided I'm going to eat a piece of pie. 3:30 is a good time to eat a piece of pie if you actually ate at noon, is what I'm trying to say.
Sure, absolutely.
But you need some time to digest before you eat the pie. Don't just dive right into the pie. That's where I went wrong. I felt like,
that's fair.
Know, and then, but anyway, it was okay.
I mean, isn't that what Thanksgiving's for? Like overindulging in
it's
food.
Definitely about like it's sort of a bacchanalia sort of thing.
Yeah,
isn't it?
It really is. It's a autumn bacchanalia. Absolutely. Yeah. No, we because it was just us this year. Often in the last years we've had Thanksgiving with our neighbors, but some of our neighbors were out of town, some had other plans, so it was just us. So we watched the game as we do when we won.
Congrats, by the way.
Thanks. I mean, it was.
I know you were like, but I was like, a win is a win. You know, it doesn't matter if you won by 3 points or if you won by 1,000 points. You still won.
We'd rather win by more, but we'll take it.
You know what? You want some adversity,
sure,
because it'll make you stronger. Like you don't want to get to the Super Bowl and have had every game handed to you.
That's true.
Because you will lose the fucking Super Bowl.
But you don't want that adversity against the Bears.
The Bears.
Like, they're not good.
I understand.
So,
you know what? Are they a rival? Would you consider them a rival?
100%.
This is the thing about rival games.
Yeah.
I will say, because this happened also. The Gamecocks, the South Carolina Gamecocks, are having a pretty good year this year. They've beat some teams they shouldn't have beat. But they played against Clemson, which I've always said that game, because it's an in-state rival game, on years when Clemson is like ranked, like number 2 or something,
Sure.
the Gamecocks give them a good run for their money or beat them.
Mhm.
And this year, Clemson's not doing well, but the Gamecocks are doing well, and Clemson beat the Gamecocks.
Yeah.
That's always a good, and that's what makes a good rivalry is when it's, it's like, yeah,
That's true.
like, because they bring a little extra, for that thing.
That's true.
I know you, I guess also, I guess it's all Midwestern.
Yeah,
teams.
our rivals are all the NFC North.
Got you.
So us,
the Vikings,
the Vikings, the Green Bay, and the Bears.
Okay.
So those are our divisional rivals.
Got you.
So we hate them all.
I got you.
And unfortunately, the Vikings have been doing pretty okay, and pretty good actually,
Mhm.
and the Packers have been doing pretty okay.
How about Cleveland? Are they one of you?
No, they're not one of our.
They're not a rival.
Not a,
Here's the
not
thing
a
about
rival.
rivalries is they have to beat you every now and again.
Yeah.
You know.
No, we do occasionally play. We play them from time to time, but they're just a completely different situation. So yeah, no, that I agree, Jay. We have to stop getting injured constantly. We just signed an ass load of new players that are going to be playing on Thursday. Our next game is Thursday because we have lost so many players to injuries.
Oh,
so we need to stop
well,
doing that.
that's the bad. There you go. I'll give you that.
But we're still 11-1.
Mhm.
We're still
I
number
get you,
one
but
in the NFC.
it's just about whether.
Yeah. Can we keep doing that if everybody's
Yes,
injured?
if everybody who's on the team is green now, right?
Mhm. Well, thankfully, a lot of them aren't green. Like
Okay.
they came from other
they're
places.
new. They're new to you.
They're new to us, yeah. But so we won, and that was great.
But okay. But are they? Do they get into
We'll
the
see.
groove?
We'll find out.
Yeah, that's,
We will
yeah.
find. We will find out by fire. So
Who
yeah,
you
and then-
playing then this week?
do we what?
Who are you playing next?
Oh, we are playing on Thursday. We're playing. Is that the Green Bay game? Yep, it's a Green Bay. I thought it was a Green Bay game.
Is it on the frozen tundra?
No, it's at
Okay.
home. We
Okay.
beat them in Green Bay earlier this season.
Yeah.
So it's at home.
Was that
and-
preseason?
No, that was
okay.
that was regular season. We beat the shit out of them
Awesome. Okay.
at Lambeau.
All right.
So yay! But we play them again, and it's the Thursday night game, which
This
you can
Thursday-
watch on Amazon if you have Amazon.
Is that right?
Yep.
Yeah. Thursday night football.
Yep, Thursday Night Football, which is
Yeah.
on Amazon these days, because the NFL is weird and they just like
Keep licensing shit to
to
anybody.
different people, right?
They were
So
like,
you have to
Hey,
have
do you
all-
want to watch like Tuesday night football on Hoovy or something?
exactly. Do you want to watch on the Roku network on Wednesday? Yes, you can.
And you're like, wait, the fuck? Like I'm sorry, but I'm like, I liked it when football went like this: high school on Friday, college on Saturday, NFL on Sunday.
No, I agree. and half the reason I like football, I mean, I like football because I like the sport. It's like a massive game of battle chess. Like everything is all anyway.
Mhm.
That's irrelevant to this conversation. But part of the reason I like it is because there are limited games, right? So like it's not like hockey or baseball where there's like 3 million games
That's
a
true.
year.
Fucking baseball goes
Yeah.
on all like. I mean, I know it's only in the summer, but Christ, they have a game every day.
Every day.
Every goddamn, sometimes double header.
Yeah, I can't keep up.
Two
I
in a
literally-
fucking day? Are you fucking shitting me?
I literally can't keep up.
like who can keep up with this nonsense?
So yeah, I started.
People have jobs.
Yeah,
You can't be
exactly.
at the fucking ball field.
So, I mean, I was raised on football, but I didn't really start watching it until after I graduated college. Like I always saw it because it was
Yeah.
always on, but like when I started paying attention to it, and I like the fact at the time it was 14 games, and it graduated eventually to 16 games, and now it's 17 games. But that's fine. I have 17 games a year that I need to worry
It
about.
doesn't need to ball your fucking time.
It does not.
Which is basketball's the same way too. Like basketball, like there's a goddamn game every night of the week, right?
Mhm.
Like you can go to basketball on Tuesday
Yeah.
and Thursday and whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I can't do that shit.
Yeah.
I can't. I need it to be, I need to be finite. I need to know exactly where I'm going to be and how I'm going to do it. And
that is what's nice about football. You're right. It's
Once
got
a
a
week.
structure.
Yeah.
It's also the game is structured. It's like
Yeah.
I mean, I know it goes into overtime and shit, but 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 like you got the quarter and the quarter's 15 minutes, and it's gonna timeouts and all that horse shit. But you essentially know how long it's going to be.
Exactly.
What's my time commitment?
Exactly.
I don't fucking play D&D because of that kind of shit. Because it's like, I don't like, you guys are gonna be there all night. I don't want to do that.
I don't play Monopoly for that reason.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, football is a time commitment. It's a definitive. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I like it, because I know, and I like this. Beyond that, I like the strategy of it. I know, like, every week we go into it, it's, we're making these different decisions, and we're like, right now, because we have all the injuries, we're assigning all these people, and that changes it like that. So it's like battle chess. It's like, and then the game itself is like chess, right? You call this play to respond to this play. And like the whole thing is it's all strategy. Like, people always rag on football. Like, it's so violent and so this and that. It's not violent.
Sure.
But it's also pure strategy. Like, you put these people in this order.
It's true. On
the field, and then they do these things.
You see what's going on. At some point, you have to assess, like, this isn't working. We got to do it a different way, which is what always like kills. Like, sometimes when you watch these things, like if they're doing, like, if they've been passing all night, let's say they've been passing since the first quarter, and by the third quarter, every pass they've thrown has been intercepted.
Exactly.
For the love of God, stop passing and just start running.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
Let the quarterback take a hit or two, but Jesus Christ.
Exactly. No, you are absolutely right. Yes, and the best teams are the ones that can volley all of that.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
but I've watched that shit happen, and I'm like, oh my God, just fucking run.
Absolutely, for sure.
Like, clearly he can't see who he's throwing to.
Exactly. The great part about the Lions this year is we're doing both well for the most part.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, a couple of games here and there we've had hiccups. Just two.
Yeah.
Well, we lost one that we shouldn't have lost, and then we almost lost two that we shouldn't have almost lost. Like, they should have been blowouts. Well, no, I'll take that back. The Houston game, it was going to be a close game either way, but we did win it. And then this last game, it should have been a further spread than it was.
Right.
But we're pretty good at adjusting, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned. Thursday, another game, and then after that we play the Buffalo Bills, who are also doing really well this year. So, like, everybody's talking that they would be the perfect Super Bowl.
That really, oh gosh, yeah.
The Lions and the Bills.
I get you. Yeah. It'd be like either that or Cleveland. Which can't
Cleveland,
happen.
Yeah, it's not happening.
I know it's not gonna happen, but I'm saying, like, but in the terms of, like, the way their fandom feels. Yeah, I get you. The Bills
teams
would be
that are waiting.
Teams that have been waiting and waiting. Yeah, now this is their time.
Well, and it's also got, like, that Rust Belt, like Midwestern thing going on.
I get you.
There's a lot of that.
No, yeah.
There's a lot of it.
I can see that.
All right. We didn't even get to our Christmas prep, but that's okay.
It's okay.
Because
we got a couple weeks to talk about it.
We got a couple weeks. But we should probably end this episode, because we swore we would do 30-minute episodes, and not always great at it. But here we are.
Hey.
So why don't you take us away?
All righty then. Bill Has Opinions is engineered and produced by Laura Lavoie. The opinions of Bill are his and his alone, unless they disagree. Wait, what did I say? I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Unless we agreed is what I meant. Anyway.
Or disagree. I mean,
either way. I remember. Anyway.
Sure.
I'm just saying, don't hold it against her, whatever fucking stupid thing I said. Anyways, be sure to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. Hashtag Opinion Gang and/or Can't Miss Bill Shit for comments, concerns, ideas for future shows, yak, blah, blah, blah. Be sure to buy our merchandise. It says Stay Shitty. We're going to have some new stuff coming, apparently. Because I had a crazy suggestion.
Yeah.
Be sure to write that down. Because sometimes, I always say, like, sometimes I'm like, we talked about the thing, and I'm like, I'm going to put a link down here later. And then, like, I realize, like, 3 weeks later, I fucking never put a link down there about the thing or, whatever. I guess somebody can ask, though. You can always call me out. You can always be like, hey, hashtag Opinion Gang or whatever.
Why did you do that?
Why didn't you say that? And I will respond at that point, because I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot to slip my mind.
No, I'm specifically going to make a Stay Shitty Christmas I don't know what it's going to look
Yeah.
like yet, but we're going to do that.
Stay
So-
stay shitty, my family member.
yeah, I think it was my family members.
My family member. Stay shitty, my cousin or whatever. My uncle.
Exactly.
Anywho,
Anywho,
yeah, you can catch us. Are we gonna bet next week? Or are we taking a break?
well, I'll need to talk to you about that. We might be back next week.
Who knows?
So
Yeah, it's a mystery. All right.
maybe not.
Stay tuned, and we'll tell you later in the week.
All right. Yes, exactly.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Well, we'll be back or we won't. You'll see us in 2 weeks if you don't see us next week.
That's fair. Yes. Either way.
Unless I see you first.
All right.
In which case, anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Bye,
Have a
everybody.
good one.
Have a great, have a good day. Bye. No, yes, I